Ha! We proudly present an evening with I'm Always Game.
It's 9:30 in the morning.
We proudly present a morning brunch with I'm Always Game.
There's no food here, just board games.
Here we have some cardboard junk with this dumb jerk.
Close enough.
Brought to you by Fautino's Pizza-ish Lumps. Not quite pizza, almost food. And by...
No, we have no sponsors. This is not a sponsored video.
Then how do I get paid?
You're a puppet.
So?
You know what, that's fair. Hello, and welcome to this video, where I will attempt to take you through Oath, Chronicles of Empire and Exile from later games. Designed by Cole Werrell with art by Kyle Farron, Oath, much like Root before it, is a game about conflict, control, adventure, and revolution. In it, players will either be citizens of a nebulous empire, or exiles from it. And one of those citizens will take on the role of the Chancellor, who rules over the empire with unequaled might and unparalleled resources. Let's start by opening the box. Here we have Oath. We've got guidebooks, reference sheets, a playbook, which is a very good thing that later puts out as far as being able to get a good feel for how the game goes your first time through. Player boards, including, of course, the Chancellor board, as well as citizen boards, which are citizen and exile on either side. The game mat itself, going to be way too big for the screen, but here you go. Cradle, provinces, and hinterlands, and those three different regions have 2 or 3 locations in each of them. That is where location cards will go, as well as various citizen cards and relics. Various player tokens throughout the game. Each player will have a number of warbands, as well as your primary pawn, which represents your position on the map at a given time. These are secrets, and these are favors. There are combat and defense dice. They're used in what are called campaigns, which is a version of conflict this game has. Over here is the heart of this game here. These are the cards in the game, specifically the world deck, and then the various suits outside of the world deck of Discord, Arcane, Order, Hearth, Beast, Nomad. This game is not exactly a legacy. It's not a legacy game in a true sense, where you will tear up cards and throw things away and add stickers and stuff. That doesn't happen in this game. It is a legacy in spirit, in that the game itself will evolve and change as you play through it over time. What I really like is the writing the Chronicle, because the Chronicle allows you to evolve the game as it goes. If you use a lot of Beast cards or a lot of Nomad cards, then you have a game that's very centric on those. You'll have a lot of wandering characters and creatures in the woods. So we have a lot of beast cards in our particular one. That's Discord, that's an Arcane, so forth. So in our particular one, we definitely did a bunch with the Nomads too, the green ones. Each card is unique with wonderful art by Kyle Farron. What I really adore about this game, above and beyond other games I've played, even other later games like Root, Root has a very emergent narrative that you play when you play the game. This game, its emergent narrative is wholly your own. It is very broad in its strokes. There's a Chancellor, there's exiles, there's citizens, and then there's your world deck. That is the closest this game has to a narrative. It doesn't tell you the name of the kingdom, it doesn't tell you the type of people they are. Doing is going throughout the game, completing your actions of searching, or mustering, or trading, or campaigning, or recovering, or traveling, moving around the board, collecting cards, collecting relics, and jockeying for position to hopefully win the game. But it's not based upon a score. There's no victory points like other games are. Instead, what's unique about Oath is Oath has oaths. There's someone in the game who will be the Oath Keeper. Generally, it's the Chancellor. Try to maintain this oath to the end of the game. As you play through the game, the Oath Keeper is going to try to maintain that oath. The Oath Keeper has the Oath of Supremacy and rules the most sites. They remain the Oath Keeper. If at a certain point in the game they lose control of the most sites, i.e. they have 2 and another player has 3 or more, then they no longer are the Oath Keeper. Instead, this Oath Keeper goes to whoever now has the most sites. Possibly an exile is now the Oath Keeper, because they are the one who rules the most sites. If they go a whole round, they become the Usurper. At wake up of the next round, they win the games. We've played a few games of this, and I'm definitely excited to play some more and get it back to the table. But yeah, lovely game, a lot of fun. I don't know if I'm doing a great job of explaining it, but I'm going to stumble through it anyway. Let's go over the main crux of the game. So, victory again goes to whoever is the Oath Keeper at the end of the game, if they're the Chancellor. Otherwise, if it's an Usurper, if it's an exile, or potentially to a successor, if the Chancellor is the Oath Keeper and the successor goal is met by a citizen. And you will spend supply to do these actions. For example, to travel is 1 to 4 supply, so 1 or up to 4, depending on where you're traveling on the world map. Trade allows you to put resources of either secrets or favors on cards at your site. And when you do that, you convert them to other things. So secrets can be turned into favors. You're giving information away to someone at that local tavern to get some favor to be used at a later date, or you're giving some favor or some coin and paying them up so they can learn some more about what's going on out in the countryside here. Finally, search. Search costs a certain amount of supply depending on how many number of these vision cards that look like this on the back have been drawn. And when you search, you either pull cards from the world deck or from the site you're at. You'll draw them from those locations, either the world deck or the discard pile. Choose one and discard the rest to an adjacent site. The one you keep can be played, can be added to your advisors, can be kept face down for a while. You pick a place to put it, and that's where it goes. But I mean, at the end of the day, Oath is a fantastic game that tells a story that you create along with the other players you're playing with. Anyway, Oath, Chronicles of Empire and Exile. It's good!